Audio's up.
Hey. Now what time is it?
Like 7:03, I think. Yep, that's what it is.
I have some agendas. I have a few extra. I will need one since I'm emceeing tonight and need to know what I'm supposed to be saying. But there are some more agendas if we need them.
Pass them out.
I'm also a pretty timely person, so I'm going to get started. First of all, I want to, is anyone new this week? We always ask for new attendees. Raise your hand. And then we give you applause. Welcome. For new attendees, over in the back, Joanne, can you raise your hand? That is where you can come so that you can get information about Yoopers Unite. Either how to get on the Facebook page, use the Discord app, get on the email, sign up with your skills saying, hey, I have this skill and I'd love to use it. Is there a way I can use that? Because you have agendas in front of you, there is the who we are and what we do at the top. I don't think we need to continue to read that every single week, but I can. But again, I'm one of those that kind of likes to get to the tests. Last week, I took notes. I don't mind taking notes. It would be nice if we had a few people that would take notes that we can then record and send out to everyone on the email. They are also posted on Discord usually. So if you're interested in doing that, they don't have to be perfect. I don't even really call this a meeting, I call it a gathering. And so it's not like you're taking minutes, official minutes. If you are interested, see me. I'll be over with the new attendee table later. Reports from last week. First of all, I do know that the t-shirt online store is open until midnight, June 6th. You can pick that up at Loyalties or have it shipped to you. I already ordered mine, so that's how I know it's working. Anyone else? Brad, Faith, do you want to talk about that now, or do you want to wait? Is there anything else?
Well, the orders have been happening, and I've talked to them on the phone today, and they have never had an opening open so fast.
Oh, so we are just impressive, are we not? So.
Maybe 4 days, 1 day. They have 56 shirts ordered, and there's 300 total, so do the math. And it's to be worn anywhere. It doesn't have to be just in the parade. Just wear your colors, and they're coming. They're happening.
One of the ideas was to wear them on June 14th at the No Kings Day.
Yep. The shirts should be available. I mean, they're going to start printing them right away after the store closes on June 6th. So, and if you order online, you'll get an email from them when your shirt is ready to pick up. And of course, if you have it shipped to you, they'll also send you an email saying your order has shipped. So, yeah.
Awesome. Thank you. There was some minor changes to the design since we saw it last week, right? Like there's no date or something. Is that correct? Yeah. Oh, yeah. So there is a flyer on each table that shows the front and back of the t-shirt and how to order. And the link went out through the Yoopers Unite email to order. It's also on the, I don't know, it might be on the Discord. It's on the agenda. Okay. Lake Superior Indivisible, Jen?
Hello, I'm Jen Hill. Yes, I'm the former state representative, and today I'm representing Lake Superior Indivisible Partnership. Lake Superior Regional Indivisible, sorry. We have two, we have a person working, we have a person on vacation, and we have a person with COVID. Of our co-leaders, so please be careful, everybody out there. We are happy about the t-shirts. Guys, thank you for everyone who helped make the t-shirts happen. There's a link that says Indivisible and Yoopers Unite on it. And has, of course, a EP, has the EP image on it. And we have also been, gosh, sorry, I was, let me tell you the news. So on the news with the Medicaid town hall that we have been talking about happening, as you might have heard, the budget bill, I'm not going to call it names that it's not. It is a tentative budget bill in the U.S. Congress that was passed out of the House by one vote last week. Does, as in its current form, slashes Medicaid and Medicare and many other social services. And so we were organizing a town hall to talk about the impact of those cuts. Well, while they were negotiating, one of the things that they have negotiated is that those cuts would not happen until 2027, which is, of course, after the 2026 election. So with all these, and since it's really not final yet, it won't be final until it's passed by the Senate and there's a reconciliation, the final reconciliation bill is signed and approved. This is a time for advocacy and calling our senators, because now it's done in the House, but calling Senator Slotkin and calling Senator Peters and letting them know that we are very concerned. That is a good action to take right now. And we're not going to have the event on June 9th. However, today, I learned that the United Way of Marquette County is going to have a report on the Alice population. So just, if you don't, give me 2 minutes here. The Alice population are the Alice households are asset limited, income constrained, and employed, ALICE. These are the families that struggle to afford basic necessities such as food and childcare. So they're employed, but they can't pay all their bills. They're earning a living, and they can't pay all their bills. The report states that 41% of households in Marquette County are below ALICE threshold. 41%. That is an increase from last year. There's going to be a public discussion about this report. The United Ways do this report every year for Michigan. It's very valuable. I kept it on my desk in Lansing. It's a really important document. So the public discussion is Tuesday, June 3rd at noon at Marquette Algerisa office, which is the old elementary school at 321 East Ohio Street. And it's open to the public. So again, June 3rd at noon is a chance to take part in a conversation about what's happening with folks in need in Marquette County. And then as we continue to watch what happens, what comes out of Washington, please call your senators. The phone calls really matter. You can leave a voicemail in off hours if you don't want to talk to someone. So please do make those calls. And then we are working hard on King's Day, Martha. There you go. Just read on that. And we had a meeting of the Indivisible at the clubhouse with about 60 people, and that went well. So we talked about what brought us there, and talked about the activities that we're working on. And then there's a sign making workshop that's going to happen, and I will let Martha talk about that because I don't know. I'm pitching in here while people are sick and away. And, let's see, and that is what I have to report out. There's also, last thing about Indivisible is there are the national calls at 3 o'clock on Thursdays. There's a Zoom and YouTube meeting where you hear directly from the leadership of Indivisible National, and there's a chance to ask questions. Those questions are voted on in real time, and they answer those questions in real time while they're live with you on the call. Those calls are also recorded, and you can watch them later to learn what's going on and what is being said and talked about in Washington, D.C. and international level. So, that is what I have to report. Yes. Ruby. Thank you.
Thank you. Citizens for Peace and Justice, Leak is not here. But on the back of your agenda, and I have some extra agendas in the back table, just a reminder, they do meet every Saturday. Oh, someone is here? Where? Oh my goodness. He's showing me. Zeke, do you want to say anything?
I don't have any updates.
Okay.
It's like you're not here.
I have something to add for the No Kidding protest on July 4th. We got 1,000 business cards printed.
Two-sided business cards, we have 1,000 of these. They're a really good way to get the word out, and we have them all here tonight. We have boxes, so take them. It's July 4th info on one side and June 14th info on the other. I left 5 just on shelves in a grocery store when I was shopping Sundays. Fun, and we're giving them to a lot of people. So, encourage you to take a bunch, and as long as you don't keep them, gotta spread the word.
Thank you. We the People, Ruby is not here. Right? Caitlin? I thought I saw Caitlin. Oh, there she is. Caitlin, did Ruby, I said maybe you would be able to talk, or not?
I can do it.
Do you want to come up here?
Not really.
Okay.
If I can avoid it. Hi, Caitlin Jensen. I'm one of the folks on our bridge crew, or folks working with We the People up here to immediate sort of our next sort of thing we're focusing on is transportation and working with trying to meet with the Martran board and just ridership in general to figure out how we can help make the bus work for us. Yeah, so we'll be looking at sometime this summer, probably in July, doing like a lunch and learn where we ride the bus and then meet up together to kind of talk a little bit about what works really well, what could work better, how do we, kind of strategize around that. And so for folks who have met with me or Jess Fitzsimmons or Ruby Miller or Ian Watson, we'll be following up with folks and just trying to make those connections. So that's kind of what's coming up next.
Silas? Oh, thank you. And Silas, I did see on the Discord, has kindly put the link for the t-shirts. Thank you.
So, good evening, everybody. My name is Silas. I am a junior, rising senior, I guess, at Northern studying economics, and the founder and president of an advocacy group at Northern called Tomorrow's Voices. We have a pretty small, pretty granular campus. I mean, I imagine most people in this room, those of you who didn't see me last week, I asked when I introduced myself, who's an NMU alum or student out there? And the show of hands was overwhelming. It was practically 100%. And as such, it's incredibly important to involve Northern in the local community. And that's my goal, to bring Northern students together both on campus from a dozen different fragmented, marginalized groups into one umbrella, and also to bring them beyond campus to help out at things like the April 5th event, to help out at the June 14th event, and so on and so forth. And so in our 4 months of existence as a student organization, we've held, as far as we can tell, the largest protest on Northern's campus in over a decade, as well as making up almost 40% of the safety team for the April 5th event, which is the largest protest in market history, according to Dr. Rosman Yagi, who is like the local historian. At the moment, over the summer, we're doing our best to throw in everyone who stayed in town over the summer behind Indivisible's local efforts and anything else we can get on board with. And if anyone is ever interested in bringing an event to campus, I highly encourage you to seek me out. I am on the Discord. I am often here, not always here, I'm not going to commit to that, but we are always looking for ways to involve the community and to bring students out and people in to learn. I don't really have any new business. I appreciate you giving the floor to proselytize again, but thank you all for coming and staying involved.
What kind of event do you mean when you said bringing an event to campus?
We've had about half a dozen different kinds of events so far. We've had people who come in and speak for 20, 30 minutes or so. We have someone here this evening from Rank My Vote, which is promoting ranked choice voting in Michigan. We had a student volunteer on campus come in and speak to our organization for half an hour. We've also had full-scale 100, 200 plus person letter campaigns and soapbox events. And if someone wants to help organize that, we're planning a collaboration with organized labor in the area for sometime in the fall when we get up and running with the semester again. Anything from bringing arts and crafts to bringing an impassioned personal speech on an issue you care about and want to educate people on, anything as well. Volunteer opportunities are great. Local protests or assistance or mutual aid of any kind, any sort of event like that is also great. But in general, any opportunity to help educate, agitate, and enlighten Northern students and bring, I know I'm parroting the phrases, but bring Northern students out of their little Northwoods wonderful hiking trails malaise and into the activism that we all want them and need them to be doing. Thank you all again for your time. Yes? Tomorrow's Voices. It comes from Dr. Martin Luther King.
Sorry.
You're all right. Don't worry about it.
I had it on there and it got erased.
Any other questions? Thank you.
Martha? Yeah, good. I don't need to be in charge.
All right, I'm cutting in here a minute. The last we knew about the poster doing the sign making was going to be at Peter White on the 7th, and Paul has left it as a hanging email for us to decide. He suggested 2 to 5. I know when we decided to do the protest, we decided 10:30 to 1 o'clock or noon was better. It's a Saturday in the summer. But I wondered, maybe we should take a show of hands. Would anyone favor 2 to 5 on the 7th for sign making for the June 14th event? It's on a Saturday. Okay, show of hands for people who favor the morning hours. It's pretty close to the same with not everybody voting.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have to. We could do 10 to 11:30, right? Well, he was doing 2 to 5, so I'm just tabling the idea of hours because he was looking for us to make a call. He wasn't trying to tell us what to do. So since we're assembled, maybe we can visit that back in a minute.
The morning one, I remember from the email, was back right up to the
Pieces.
office hours.
Yeah. And you're all right there.
Yeah.
You're right there, so that's an option. And I don't know if they open at 9. Does anyone know Peter White's? 9:30? 9:30 to 11:30? All right, we could visit back on that. Maybe we don't even have to decide till the week before. Anyways, I wanted to talk a little bit about 614, the No Kings Day of Action, the National Day of Action. We have set 10:30 to noon. It's a visibility event. We're looking to line the corridor of 41. I'd love to see us from Fox Chevrolet Marquette all the way down to Holiday Inn. I would love us to be on both sides, but that's our idea. We do have 30 people signed up to work safety with us that day, so there'll be a lot of orange vests. I am looking for a dozen or so people who are willing to study and prepare with some bullet points in case press. I would like to station some people along the way who are ready to just respond to press. And when I've done that in the past, I go to the website, I get some bullet points, I learn them. They're the words that the national organization wants to use. You can speak off the cuff also, but it's not, there is a way to do it. You say the things a couple times in front of the mirror at home, but we'd like some people to do that. I have 4. I'm looking for 12 or 15. Safety people are just supposed to be safety people. I mean, if you go to any one of their orientations, they're like, you are not there to protest, you are not there. You are there to watch the crowd and do safety. So you don't want a distracted safety person talking to the camera. And then we're really at the promotion part of this, so picking up cards. I tell people, anyone you bring up the merge to or the visibility event to and have a business card, you can say, hey, we're doing this on the 14th. Take this so that they have something to look at later and they're more likely to remember it, and tell them they can pass it on too. Posters are going up, and I think other than talking, so we all know, I know we're an old group, but on Facebook, to promote things, you share it, you like it, you comment on it, you send it to somebody, because the more action it gets, the more push it gets. I did put the event on Facebook, so you invite others to it. It's just how that whole algorithm, where things get more visibility. I had a couple people come over to help me on Saturday, and 2 of them very proudly said they didn't use smartphones. I was like, oh, I need a couple more people at my table. All right, that's all I got.
Thank you. Yeah, I don't have to be up there to introduce people.
Hello, it's my first time making it here. I'm glad I could finally make it. My name is Shannon. I'm a Marquette resident, and I'm working with Rank Michigan Vote. It's a grassroots volunteer-led organization working to get ranked choice voting here in Michigan. Just real brief, ranked choice voting, it allows voters to go to the polls and rank their candidates. You get a first, second, third, even fourth place pick. If your first place candidate doesn't have a chance of winning, they're eliminated from the race, and the votes that went to them get redistributed to the second place pick. This continues until a candidate has more than 50% of the vote. This system is currently used in several different countries. It's used in Maine and Alaska, here in the US, statewide, and it's used in 50 different cities and local elections. So this is a well-tested, it's a system of voting that we know can work well in the US. And then since it's being used in the US, we also have recent data from US voters that shows that when ranked choice voting is implemented, the races are less divisive. There's more positive campaigning with less negative attack ads. More politicians can get into the race because there's not fear of splitting the ticket like there is currently. And voters are more empowered to really vote for who they want. Right now, so many voters feel like they have to vote against their least preferred candidate. And ranked choice voting would pretty much eliminate that. You don't have to think about who you like the least, and voters are really empowered to vote for who they want in the order that they want them. So this is a really well-run organization. They've been around for, I think, 6 years now. Over 1,000 volunteers downstate. Our group up here, we've just started working together for about 2 months. So we're still pretty small in numbers. We are looking to grow our group. The goal is to start collecting signatures. This would be a 2026 ballot initiative. So our goal is to start collecting signatures on July 4th. So anyone that's interested in this that might want to gather signatures even for just a day, we're looking for people that might be interested in voter outreach, education, and fundraising as a whole. So these are all ways that we're trying to expand our group. So I'd love to connect with some of you are interested. And then just one more pitch. I know that politics is so crazy right now. There's a lot of distrust. People are spread really thin.
I have to admit my own gut reaction was that this isn't a good time for change. But people are so fed up with the status quo, I don't think there is any going back. I think change is somewhat inevitable. I'm really happy to be working with a group that's being proactive and trying to push that change in a pro-voters' choice, pro-democracy direction. So thank you for having me, and I look forward to connecting with a few of you.
Hey, Brad, do you want to talk more about the parade? Do you want the mic there or here? No, it was all good. I didn't stand up.
We're on track. We're on track. Having the t-shirts done was a big push. We're going to have probably banners and signs to make. That'll be maybe 2 weeks before the parade. We're going to be building a float. That'll be a week before the parade. And a few supplies will have to be for building the float. But we're on track. And so right now we can just kind of be busy with other things in this room. And stay tuned, and I'll let you know when things are happening. One more note on the t-shirts is, what was it Jen said, 41% of the people can't afford anything that Alice thing. And the t-shirt is an amount of money. And if there are people in this organization that just really can't afford to get a t-shirt, come talk to me, I'll figure out a way. And that's it. If somebody wants to have a breakout with us, come join us on Parade Business. We do. That's a good breakout, yeah. So I'll probably be sitting here if anybody wants to come over for that.
Is Mike? Mike, I think he went. I see you.
Dave Horn. I don't see Dave. Jen, you said there would be more next week?
Yes, we do have a name, and it is reproductive health resources.
Reproductive health resources.
But we'll have more next week at the time.
All right, Tina? Notice how we haven't had to really move the mic this week.
Hi, everybody. Tina Taylor. I wanted to say thank you for everybody that has been contributing to the refreshment committee. We have quite a smorgasbord over here tonight. I did bring one of our brand new coffee pots, which is just heating water. So there are instant coffee like tea bags and an assortment of teas. Hot water should be hot by the time we break for our intermission. And I also wanted to tell you that one of the goals for me in this political environment was to support the LGBTQ community better. So I am starting a support group for allies, family members of trans people. Our first meeting will be on June 25th at Peterway Public Library. We'll get some flyers out and post more information. But if you are specifically looking to be in a community for support, if you have a trans family member and you'd like to come and talk about your feels about that or get some questions answered, learn new terminology, learn how to better support your trans loved one, that group will be meeting monthly. And I've decided I will do 1 month in the evening and then the next month during the day to try to allow people that work the opportunity to come at least every other month. So if that is something that involves you and you would like to participate, you can connect with me and look for more information coming out. We'll have some flyers out at Pride Fest and things.
pantry.
Yeah, and actually mine is out too.
And donations.
Oh,
Mine is out too.
something? Something got unplugged.
Okay. But
Yeah.
I have a loud voice, so I'll keep going. Does anyone do we need an update on Pride Fest at all? And then the June 14th, no, June 15th, they're looking for help with the takedown. I will say my new church is very active. One of the reasons I joined it. So anything else about Pride Fest or the takedown?
If anyone can help with the takedown, feel free to talk to me. And speaking of supportive churches was actually the initial intention, was I really wanted to try and get faith communities in the area engaged in particular that are supportive of the LGBTQIA community. As both a queer person and a person of faith myself, we will be meeting at Lower Harbor at 11:30 a.m. June 15th, the day after. We're going to start off with a small, completely non-denominational secular invitation, and really just work together the energies that we all celebrated over the weekend as a community, and do a whole lot of just physical service to give the UP Rainbow Pride Board a chance to recover from the weekend. We'll then be continuing on up to St. Paul's Episcopal Church once everything's torn down. A little bit of music, a little bit of community, some pizza, and a closing kind of service situation. So, if that's something you might be available to participate in, you know of other faith groups that would be interested in gathering people, particularly people that have pickup trucks. We're still looking for a handful of those, which will really expedite the process for everyone involved. Feel free to talk to me. I'm Donovan.
Thank you, Donovan.
Thank you, Paul.
And I think in the notes last week, I wrote some of those. I have 11 o'clock. I thought yoga was at 11.
Yoga's at 11. Sorry, yoga's a part of it. It's not a part that I'm responsible for, so my brain doesn't do it.
So at 11 and then 11:30, and I will try to put that in the notes again. I'll go back and pull that up. I'm not going to stand in front of that if it's not working. Food donations for the local pantries. Thank you again. There was 90+ pounds given. And if you have not seen K.I. Sawyer's pantry also have, because of where they're located, many times the kids come in asking if there's a basketball or those kinds of activities. Joanne told me already there was a generous donation and her car is filled with some of those things already tonight. Yes, I got goosebumps. And so,
Sorry.
that's okay, I'm plenty loud. So again, we will continue to do that. Filleting of fish. It sounds like there are some fish coming in this week. So if you are able to learn, you don't need to bring any supplies. I understand refreshments will be served even for you. Please see Joanne so she can get your number and text you, because those fish need to be filleted and then vacuum sealed. And more hands makes it go much faster. And it would be nice to have a backup, because Joanne said a couple weeks ago she got a call, but she couldn't do it, so had to say no to all that fish.
And the fish goes to.
The food pantries, thank you. Yeah.
Just curious, out of the idea of a backup for if Joanne's not available, does that mean a backup also for like the location to host this at?
I don't know, there's Joanne, she'll talk to you. We'll go talk to her. She doesn't like to talk in front of groups, that's why I keep on saying. Is there anything else? Any other announcements for the good of all? Oh, yeah, explain Yoda. Yoda is for...
There's a Yoda Bowl here next to the beverage station, and those are donations that we use for Yoopers night to offer the church some money for letting us eat here. If we have things that we need to buy, like the stamps and envelopes, the cost for, do you have the internet
Before we go into breakouts, there were a couple of questions when I was making the agenda. We are not having a National Weather Service support tomorrow, right? There was talk of that, and then I haven't heard any more. No one knows anything, so cross that off.
I know that says that someone had reached out to the weather service and are in fact right now able to fund overnight, so.
Right.
Although they're experiencing other cuts, but they can fund it overnight.
Because the Washington Post came out with a map showing that our area would not have overnight forecast, but that is inaccurate at this point. Okay, the other one is, Jan, I'm going to ask you, do you know any more about the Iron Mountain June 6th?
No,
Okay.
I texted and I have not heard back, and I don't, and veteran folks ability to give me the veterans groups, there has been, June 6th is the anniversary of D-Day, which is a national event for vets in Washington DC. There's talk about local events, but I have not heard anything. I haven't been away the last week.
So we'll keep you posted if we get more details about that one. Okay. So 4th of July parade, let's brainstorm ideas for the float is what I heard. Oh, you need a truck? I would offer my husband, but after 33 years, he has trained me that I need to ask him first.
So we're looking for a pickup truck that can pull the trailer, and the thought being that Brian could play he's going to pickup truck, and the trailer could haul people in wheelchairs that are unable to walk.
Awesome. Because he does have a blue truck. So, but I will ask him first. So 4th of July, June 14th is going to be with Martha, right? We still need that. I'm hearing no Medicaid town hall breakup.
But attend on June.
Right?
Go to the Alice meeting.
Yes. And I'll put that together. I may be following up unless someone took better notes than me, because if you want to share your notes with me, because I was not as well prepared.
Oh, we do have an update.
On?
They're going to do...
Which way? Here, come up here. I've been up there long enough.
All right. It's going to be a thank you. I was a center forward on the basketball team. June rally, Iron Mountain Courthouse Lawn, Saturday, June 7th, 1 to 2 p.m. Celebrate D-Day, Flag Day, Juneteenth, and Pride Day. All of it. All right.
Wow.
In 1 hour. They got it going on in Dickinson County. So beautiful, I was down there a few weeks ago. A beautiful backdrop, big courthouse lawn right there on the highway in front of the big old courthouse for Dickinson County. Please bring a non-perishable food to donate. And again, it's June 7th, that's Saturday, from 1 to 2 p.m. Again, and also Dickinson County's on Central Time. So I used to have to do that in my head. So 1 o'clock Central Time is 2 o'clock Eastern Time. And it takes, awkwardly, just over an hour to drive to Dickinson County. Okay, folks got that? Thank you. It's the Dickinson County Courthouse. Big Iron Mountain. Sorry.
And they're rolling in
Everything.
all of the June.
Yeah, D-Day, Flag Day, Juneteenth, Pride Day. They had, and I just, to shout out to them, on April 5th, they had 100 people at their hands-off rally. And on April 19th, which is when I was there they had long planned this because that's the anniversary of the day that the American Revolution started, it's called Patriots Day in Massachusetts, where it started. Paul Revere's Midnight Ride was on April 19th. They had 200 people. They doubled in 2 weeks. So if you have a chance to be in Dickinson County on June 7th, from 2 to 3 Eastern, 1 to 2 Central.
Thank you. All right. If you want to learn about ranked choice voting, Shannon is over here. May have to move because Martha's there. Yeah, you can come up here. Help me, because I was trying to multitask. Is there any other breakouts? Shannon. Yeah, if there's, remember, this is, if there are new ideas, oh, who do you? Yeah?
So I, still not, yeah, we're letting.
Can you guys hear me? Okay. So building up the t-shirt idea, I know that some people aren't big t-shirt wearers, but I was thinking that like, and also t-shirts, get dirty, you can't wear them all the time, thinking yard signs. So what do you guys think about maybe turning the lovely t-shirt design into like a yard sign that you could put up to be two-sided if there's interest in that? I don't know if UP signs. Yeah, so like UP, and we work with whoever, I'm happy to help with that, or, like spearhead that, or so if anybody.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, otherwise we're good. Oh, sorry.
Me again.
Yeah, just do it.
I saw, and I haven't done the research about it, but it seems that Harvard is offering free enrollment for at least some of their classes. And I did a link in the Yoopers Unite Facebook. It's really researchable. But I was thinking, how fun would it be if some of us wanted to try to get together and take a class on government or civics or something like that. So I'm going to look into it further, but just to plant the seed in your brain, and so help search and look. Is fighting the man by offering.
Awesome. And I missed Graham. That was from last week, hey? Sorry.
I don't have a problem coming up here because our video's apparently not working right now. Because of some work and personal issues, I'm not going to be able to head up anything for the county commission, but that is coming up next week at 6 p.m. If you've got a message or a story that you want to bring to the county commission, please feel free to bring it. They have a 5-minute comment at the beginning, 3-minute comment at the end. They will not talk back to you until the very end of their meeting if they're going to say anything. Last week, I was pretty much the only person that showed up, and they didn't really have anything for me. I did have to leave to set up the video here. They are more likely to say something if someone is there to receive it, even though you can tell them, hey, I'm going to be on Zoom, hey, I'm going to be watching. Out of sight, out of mind. So if anyone is interested, is there anyone that wants to head up that breakout group? Because I need to leave right after our stream ends. It is next week, Tuesday at 6 p.m. So it's right before this meeting. Last time they finished just about the time that I got here to set up the stream before this meeting started.
I'm planning on going next Tuesday. I don't know that I want to have anything up, but I'm planning on being
Yeah. So I won't be at the county commission, but pretty much until mid-June, the only thing that I can do for you tonight is the actual stream itself. But if anyone is willing to, middle table. All right.
Graham, real
Not that you're
quick,
leaving.
I just wanted to ask, I don't know if it was the county or if it was the city, but I understand there was a meeting coming up following Memorial Day this past week where they were going to rediscuss policy that they're writing for unhoused persons.
City.
That's
That
city.
Okay.
Yep.
Does anyone know when that city meeting is coming up?
That's right, it was at 6.
Thank you. That was at 6 tonight.
Okay.
Can I just say, I'll be there next week if anybody wants to join me. If there's, it made an impact on them when we went the first night, and there were so many people there. So even if you aren't going to speak, it's good to be there to support those,
The meeting only took about an hour last time. So if you're willing to lose like the first few minutes where we restate what we're doing here before we get into our individual groups, it's great to just stick around for it.
I was there at the first one, and they did offer to have a resolution. They did offer to have a resolution to send to the president about the impact of the budget on our local government, but now we need to hold them accountable. So again, asking that you attend the courthouse, and you go in, it's a little confusing where you go in that building. You're going to go in between the jail and the courthouse. So the new building right on the corner, that's right directly across from City Hall. There's a little patio there, plaza between the two. You go in, not into the jail, but into the other building, and then it is directly above the door on yeah, there's an elevator to the second floor, and it is, so when you come out of the elevator, you go left, and it's right. Yeah, so it's, and there's, so you go between the two buildings closest to the City Hall, go inside, second floor, go to the left.
What's the name of this meeting?
This is the Marquette County Commission.
So we would look at it online and probably find it?
Yes. Yeah, and so the goal is to make sure our local officials understand that we as community members are very concerned about the cuts that are coming, and the impact, not just the cuts of the budget, but people have been fired and then rehired and fired and rehired, and there's many stories to tell about what the new the federal level of impacts to our local communities, and that's the goal. There's also a website. Houghton County is doing this as well, and we can share again. There is a Substack, which is a place online where people's comments that have been said at about 15 different townships across the western UP, Houghton County, Baraga County, and Marquette County, people have stood up and said, this is happening in my community and I'm very concerned.
Yeah, we can get it out. And if you want to know more, we'll have a table. We're going to have a table about that kind of stuff. That's why we do the breakouts, because then you can get into the nitty gritty and ask your specific questions. Okay, so I think we're good, right? Anyone need redirect? Yeah. You're welcome.
All right, that's it.